This is the Retro Smash Video Game Podcast. Wherever you are, wherever you may be listening, thank you for hanging out with us today, live from the G Parmesan Memorial Studio. We are a retro. What are we even? We're a retro video game podcast. We sit around, we drink beer, and we talk old video games. I'm Weldy. He's Ricky. He's Andy, and he to my left, he's Kyle.
Yo, boy, follow me, boy.
We just had a 20 minutes of pure Patreon discussion, so we're kind of coming down from that right now. We're coming down from that right now. It's
follow our Patreon, Retro Smash. For $1, you can get. Wait, yeah. For $1, you get a shout out. Shout out Danny Streetcar. Shout out Zombie Loves Pie. Yeah, listen to our things you shouldn't listen to after dark. Retro Smash.
Retro Smash after dark. In broad daylight, honestly. Bump in the car loud as hell for all I care.
Oh my God.
So I guess to keep the podcast rolling here as best as we can, Andy, what's new with you?
Not much. Actually, I'm on my last vacation of the year.
Oh, right.
Starting here in the next few days. So that's going to be fun. And going to be editing and doing even more housework. And then after that's inventory, Christmas, and yay, liquor store business.
Sounds like a blast. Weldy, what's new with you?
I actually played God of War 3 for the past few days. Uploading more videos, less shorts, more videos to YouTube. Been doing a lot of Twisted Metal Black runs.
I saw those pop up on my feed. It looks like they're getting quite a few views there. So
yeah,
that consistency is key, bud.
I thought about making a Twisted Metal Black power hour for you and the missus.
Oh, and
cool. I will play the game as Brimstone on hard, and every kill I get, you have to drink.
Oh.
Every time you hear repent, you have to drink.
So this doesn't sound like a power hour. This more so sounds like an actual drinking game.
Well, one of these things probably happens once every, minute.
Okay.
And I'm playing on hard, so odds are I won't beat it within the hour either. So I thought about making that and making a drink meter with it.
That'd be funny.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. I forgot to add in, I beat Spider-Man too.
Spider-Man.
Here's your
Spider-Man. Speak of Spider-Man, you got a spider coming off your microphone.
Good. I'm going to eat it. Yeah, there sure is. Cool. So shout out Pro Ninja. Pro Ninja, you can bug Weldy again for...
Yes, we can do the randomizer again. Hooray.
Andy, don't let it bite you. You're not going to become radioactive, bud.
Well, I don't know. Weldy's house, his basement, the sex dungeon.
Yeah, I was going to say, this house was built in the early 1900s, so there's got to be asbestos and lead.
Lead.
Down
You're
here.
a lead man.
The power to do the boomer stare.
The lead man with the power to give you cancer in your lung, in your bones.
The power to stare at the person when it says, please remove your card.
Ricky, what you up to?
Yeah.
I've still been playing Death Stranding, but took a break from that, small break, and I played Catherine, which is like the puzzle nightmare game. I played that twice, and I ended up getting 2 of the true endings. It's really fun. Puzzles were very challenging for the most part, especially once you really get further and further into the game. The story was okay. I just did it just for the sake of doing it because the main character is a piece of shit, and I thought it would be fun. I always do my good runs, and then I was like, well, I might as well just do the complete fucking opposite and just do a negative run. And this is my first time doing a full actual negative run in a game. Both endings were fine. They were okay. I did speak with one of our listeners about how the game could be seen as slightly controversial, and I do understand what they were talking about because one of the characters is portrayed as trans, although they're not trans, as it turns out. Storyline, they're actually an alien or something weird like that. But it's still the way they're portrayed and characterized. It's pretty weird. I won't say we're trans is weird. I'm just saying that the way that they did it storyline wise wasn't that good, especially when there was another side character in the game, an NPC who was trans. They dogpiled the shit out of that character. The writing isn't great. It's 2011 or whatever it is. If you are looking for a solid puzzle game that has some story to it, I would recommend it. I'll say, I think between that and then I've just been watching old movies from the early 2000s. Just rewatched Hot Tub Time Machine last night. Watched Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That's about it.
We're joined in-house by another friend of ours, Kyle. Welcome on in. How are we doing, my friend?
Hey, not too bad, I guess.
Good. So we start off every brand new guest. 2 questions. First question is, how old or kind of generation would a system or game be to be considered retro?
To be honest with you, I think as far as retro's concerned, man, probably the farthest back I could go would be PS2.
Okay.
It would be hard to say PS3. PS3 had DLC. It has online capabilities. That's stuff that we still do now. digital games, it's a little hard to call it retro if we're still doing it.
Fair.
That is fair.
So, are you saying that we have to wait until we find a new version of online gaming before we can call it the PS3 retro?
I think if we embrace game streaming, it
Yeah.
would make it easier to say that's retro.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't know if you were going to say something more like, we got to wait until we have AI gaming. So you just connect like two fucking things to your temples and that's how you game.
Hey, Fortnite had AI and PCs already, so we're there.
Yeah, but they're not good, are they?
So there was a ton of clips. They actually had an AI Darth Vader, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, where he voiced by James Earl Jones.
You could talk to him, he would talk back to you and respond and stuff.
Yeah, and then they got a lot of trouble because people were trying to make him say the N-word and such.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to break it. Sometimes they would say disparaging things about Padme.
Yeah.
He would get mad and kill the player that said it, kind of thing. And I don't know if those ones were true, but I mean, they were fun to watch for sure.
If you're going to try to break a game, I mean, like the game should break you back in response.
That is true.
Make you humble.
Break your back, make you humble.
Second question we always ask people: you are a burglar, break into people's houses, and you do things to only slightly inconvenience your victims. My personal favorite is take all the oven racks out, labels off of soup cans. What are you doing to slightly inconvenience your victims?
You know, I think knowing your marks probably a good one, because I did think about it. If I broke into Ricky's house, I'm taking his bidet immediately. I'm not stopping him from doing his business, but it's going to be inconvenient.
That is incredibly inconvenient because then I would just be looking to spray and I'd be like,
Nope.
motherfucker, now I got to get up and actually take a full-blown shower with this now.
Yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah. I think in general, though, it doesn't have to be anything extreme. I'd probably just rip the handle off your fridge.
Well, that's not full inconvenience. I mean,
Every time you go to the fridge, you reach for that handle.
Yeah, if you're not used to your fridge not having a handle, that is definitely, you go to
Fair.
reach for it
It's
and
just inconvenient.
you just fall forward a little bit.
Not to mention if like the holes where the screws were are completely like bored out, you can't put a new handle on it.
Yeah.
So now you either pay for a new fridge or now you have to live with it.
So with our fridge, because it's one of those side by side, at least for the top half,
Mhm.
you would have to grab the top of the door and pull, or you'd have to open the freezer drawer and grab the door from underneath, because there's not a big enough gap in between the two to stick your finger and pry the door open.
I'm gonna sound like a fancy pants asshole, but I bought a new house that came with a new fridge and it does not have door handles. You have to grab it from the top and open it,
Is it one of those where you tap the front
and it
it'll-
lights up.
Does it really?
Yes.
Oh my
This
god.
motherfucker's fridge literally has AI where he like makes a grocery
Almost.
list with it.
That sounds horrible. Like,
Jeez.
so you have to grab the top of the door.
Or
to-
the bottom. It swings open like a French door kind of situation.
I think that'd be cool to have something like that, but instead of like tapping it to look inside, like it does more things. Like it says, your eggs will go bad in 10 days.
Yeah.
Your yogurt
That's
went
not
bad
that smart
3
of a
days
fridge.
ago.
But
Don't
they
listen to
did make those
Andy.
fridge.
Andy literally probably just needs to do an update to his fucking fridge for it
I
to.
gotta attach it to my cell phone somehow. It's-
Yeah, probably.
I mean, my oven.
Please add things other
what
than
about?
beer and
Please tell
ketchup.
me, what about your oven? Does your oven also like? Is that
my
connected
oven
to
is
the
a
fridge?
smart oven, and I could connect it to my phone and say preheat oven to 350.
That's so horrifying.
Yes, I'm not doing that because it's a gas oven, and I ain't blow my goddamn house.
Yeah,
up.
A gas
Oh.
oven?
Yeah.
I was a gas oven that does that? Fuck that.
Yeah,
So
I
was
wasn't even thinking that.
Trust that shit.
An electric one I get, but a gas one, fuck that.
Yeah.
Man, I was thinking like you're at the grocery store and you want to set your oven and you use the Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi's down, so now Thanksgiving's dinner's ruined because you can't set your oven. Not you're blowing your whole goddamn block
Yes.
up.
At our last place, we had smart washer dryer. They were Wi-Fi enabled, and so the washer would tell you when your load is done, and the dryer would tell you when your load is done, so that you knew you didn't have to
My
go
load's
check
done
on
in
it or
about
something.
2 to 3 minutes, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Your load will be done in 7 seconds. New record.
I mean, count me down, but
It's one of those TikTok videos of the lady
yeah.
doing the
Yeah.
Yeah.
motion.
Yeah.
5, 4.
Yeah.
Oh, keys.
Oh god. Okay. Anyway, what are we all drinking now? Ricky, what are you drinking over here?
Your boy is having a 40-ounce Mickey's, bit of a celebration drink tonight.
Listen to the Patreon.
Listen to the
Listen to the
Patreon,
Patreon.
guys. But yeah, Andy, what are you drinking tonight?
I found a discount beat box. It is a hard tea beat box. Then I also got on deck some Simply lemonades.
Nice.
Beat box. Kyle, looks like you're drinking one of those Simply lemonades as well.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've never had one before.
Which one are you actually drinking?
The limeade.
Okay, and buddy,
I'm
that you finished off?
yes. I polished off the rest of the jug of my strawberry blush wine that I had. That was 3/4 full when I walked downstairs, and now it's all gone.
Oops.
Damn.
Oops.
Oh,
Is
geez.
it this or is it that? These jabronis, please edit that out. Have to.
I don't think so, Tim.
Where were you?
Okay.
We're going to do an early happy time this week with your game. Happy 30th anniversary to the release of... Are you good?
That was more of me holding back laughter than anything else. Kyle saw it. I saw it. We locked eyes.
I waited for it.
And I just had
I
to
waited
turn away
for
from
it.
the mic.
Wait, was something I did?
Kind of. But just keep going,
Long
please.
pause.
Oh, okay. Early happy time this week. Happy 30th anniversary to the release of the original PlayStation in North America, released September 9th, 1995.
Nice.
So 30 years ago yesterday. So we're going to honor the original PlayStation by playing a game of Real or Fake.
We're both.
No, there is no both on here.
Brody doesn't like us. He doesn't do both anymore.
Well, no, because then you got to sniff out one of the boths and it just makes it harder.
Are you saying you don't like doing both at the same time, Weldy? Are you saying you don't like going ski?
I'm going to give you a list of 10. I'm going to give you a list of 10 names. You have to tell me whether or not it is an actual PlayStation game, and by PlayStation I mean the original PlayStation, or if it is fake.
So hold on. Before you go any further, are these games that were specifically released in Japan, or are these American releases?
There's a little mixture.
I'm glad I asked because I knew you were going to pull in some fucky bullshit like that.
Well, of course. That's what makes it funny. That makes content.
It's not.
By the way, you fucking wrecked my head for the past 2 weeks when you told me you thought I had ADHD.
I didn't tell you
said
that.
Oh, you said, and then you agreed.
I didn't
I still
agree.
think you
So
do.
now I'm like laying awake at night. I'm like,
That's ADHD. You laid awake at night.
yeah,
thinking about
I'm like, do I really?
ADHD.
Do I really?
I got accused of something I didn't do, and then I got accused of a second thing that I didn't do. I said that it was probably depression. Andy said it was ADHD.
There's your both. All right, are you ready?
Felt like I was more correct than anything, but whatever.
All right. And by the way, if it is a fake, I will let you tell me what the fake actually
Oh,
is.
there's some-
I will give you a point. If you can come close, I'll give you a half point. All right. Number 1, Panel Quiz Attack 25.
Game.
Fake.
That's a game.
It is a game. Yes, released December 18th, 1997. It is a game show game.
It sounds like a
Kind of.
knockoff Jeopardy game.
Yeah, it's like based off a Japanese game show. It's about a 5x5 number square kind of thing, like quiz kind of show. Number 2, Butter Miracle Sweet 1.
It sounds so fake. I'm going to say it's real. That's a game.
I would say fake.
Fake.
It is fake. What is it?
Can you say that again?
Butter Miracle Sweet 1.
That's a pornographic movie.
It is a butter substitute.
I'm going to go with butter substitute.
No, it is actually the name of Counting Crows' latest album.
What the fuck?
Oh, no, that's whack, man. Like,
What do you mean that's
no,
whack?
hold on. So, like, as far as their latest album, was that latest album in like 1997 or
Last
something?
year. Came out last year.
Malarkey.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't think Counting Crows were still relevant in the year 2024.
They're not.
They're kind of not, no. Number 3, Mech X4.
That sounds like a PlayStation game, but I'm going to say fake.
I'm gonna say game.
Game.
It is fake. What is it?
An anime.
Okay.
I'm gonna say a movie.
I was going to say movie.
I will give you all a half a point. It was actually a show on the Disney Channel.
Okay.
It's not really a movie, but I can't prove there wasn't a movie about it, and I don't know if it was or wasn't based off an anime. So I'll give you guys each a half point for that. Nicely done. Number 4, The Book of Watermarks.
Game.
Fake.
Game.
It is a game. It was an adult-friendly adventure. Think of something
What?
similar to Myst.
Oh, when you say adult friendly, I'm like,
I was like Leisure Suit Larry. Hey, yo.
Knuckles deep.
Ooh, knuckle teeth. Number 5, Fist. F-I-S-T.
Well, we're really knuckles deep now.
Yeah.
aren't we?
Hell yeah.
That's wrist deep.
Damn, son.
Mm.
Game.
Yeah, wrist deep, yeah.
I'm going to say fake.
It was a PS1 game made by Imagineer, released December 11th, 1996 in Japan. It was a fighting game.
I remember that because I'm pretty sure the cover was like a beat up, bruised up like fist or whatever. It was like green and black. It kind of looked like something that would have been associated with Fight Club.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
maybe. Number 6,
Punch both of you
with your
in
fist.
in the neck.
Oh. Number 6, Cookie Wars.
Game.
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 Fake.
Fuck you.
Yeah. What is Cookie Wars?
A manga.
Sesame Street thing.
I'm gonna say it's a show on the Food Network.
It is exactly a show
Fuck.
on Food Network.
Hey!
That was exactly what it was. Nicely done. Number 7, Happy Diet.
Game.
Not a game.
It is a game.
Damn it.
It was made by Twilight Express, released April 26, 2001. In Japan, it was a simulation game. Apparently, it's a game that helps you actually lose weight IRL.
Oh,
Is this like The Biggest Loser as a video game? What the
I
fuck?
guess. I don't know.
Weird.
Number 8, Felony 11-79.
Game.
fake.
It was a game. Climax Entertainment made it September 11th, 1997. It was a racing game. Number 9, M&M's Shell Shocked.
What? Like the rapper?
M&M's, like these guys right here.
Peanuts. Okay.
Shell Shocked.
It sounds like a game, but I'm not going to say it's not a game. Not a game.
Game.
I'm going game.
It was a game.
Oh.
Yes, made by Boston Animations. Came out on September 28th, 2001. Number 10, Glass Bowl.
Not a game.
Fake.
Ooh, game.
It is fake. What is Glass Bowl? And it is very specific.
Something you find at the weed shop.
Something in your kitchen.
I mean, not wrong. I said you gotta be specific.
Just making it simple.
Okay.
A radio talk show.
Okay.
Glass Bowl. I'm going to say that it's a crap baskets. We'll just say it's a TV show.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going with the kitchen thing.
You know the kitchen thing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It is actually the name of the University of Toledo's football stadium. Go Rockets.
I think I got 6.5.
Kyle ended up with 5.5. I ended up with 6.5. And Andy ended up with 6.5.
Oh, do you got a tiebreaker?
You got a tiebreaker in there, big dog? We tell you this every single week, man. You
Just
should
do
at
at least
least
one
have
episode.
12 questions ready, just in
At
case.
least one or two.
All right, Andy, you ready to do rock, paper, scissors as usual?
It's been a minute since we did a rock, paper, scissors.
It has been, but the
last time it was over
but the last
Couple on
time
String
we
Network.
let Wody come up with the it took him like forever, and
It did
was-
take me forever.
the editing.
So, are you ready? Well,
all right, on rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
sure.
All right, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Got me.
Haha!
Ricky wins.
Ricky wins with scissor beating paper.
P break.
P-break it is.
What are we talking about this week?
We're talking about the fantastic game that came out in what was it, late 90s, maybe early 2000s?
It began in
The-
2005.
What? The
God
first
of
one?
War,
Yep.
action-adventure game franchise created by David Jaff. For those of you keeping score at home, helped create Twisted Metal.
Yes.
Yes, and developed by Sony's Santa Monica studio, began in 2005 on the PS2 and became a flagship series for the PlayStation, consisting of 9 installments across multiple
Shame.
platforms. Based on ancient mythologies, the series plot follows Kratos, a Spartan warrior who becomes the god of war. Oh, I thought we were doing the
Boy.
My life is yours!
Oh, I thought we were doing the Pee Wee Herman thing where he said the thing. Ah! Spartan warrior who becomes the god of war and comes into conflict with various mythological pantheons. The earlier games in the series are based on Greek mythology and see Kratos follow a path of vengeance against the Olympian gods. The later games are based on Norse mythology and see Kratos on a path of redemption while also introducing his son Atreus as a secondary protagonist as they come into conflict or interact with various Norse deities and figures.
Okay, before we get too far in, I'm just going to ask this question right off the bat. Do you guys think that the next saga for God of War is going to be him fighting Egyptian gods?
So,
That would be cool.
did you play the recent two?
I got like halfway through like the first one.
Okay,
but
so at
I
the
didn't.
end, Kyle, I think you played the
I
first
have
one.
not played.
You
I've,
beat
I've
the first one?
so I played the first Norse one, but I haven't played Ragnarok.
Okay, I've not played the Ragnarok or either
Okay.
one. But at the end of the first one, spoilers for a game that's been out for several years.
The second one's only been out for like a year or two.
I said spoilers for the first recent one.
Yeah.
You end up going into an area where they go through several other mythologies. So you find out that there's a Japanese mythology where you got samurais and shit. And then there's another one where there's a Christian god. There's an Egyptian area.
Honestly, I would wholeheartedly drop half my fucking paycheck just to pick up the PlayStation 5 if that motherfucker starts fighting Abraham and Noah and
Could
Adam.
happen. I don't know.
And-
But so the Christians a weird thing because Christians are very protective of
I don't
their.
give a
Dude,
fuck.
Kratos versus Goliath.
Yeah,
like,
that can
like
mean that
but
can happen.
Goliath
Yep.
is actually like a Goliath in the
Fucking
original
Kratos
game. Like
versus
that'd be cool.
Jesus. Like, come on. Like, how badass
Please
would
give
that
me
be?
Jesus versus Mary Magdalene. I'm ready to watch her square up.
There was that fighting game years ago that got into hot water because Jesus was one of the playable characters.
What? I don't know what game that is.
His intro to the level, I believe, he comes down on the cross and then he flexes and it actually breaks the arms of the cross off. And so he has like chunks of wood
That
on his
sounds like
fist.
some robot
Okay.
shit.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It is a actual game on the PC.
It's time for the second coming of Christ.
Yeah. No, there's a weightlifting shirt that has that where it's Jesus, but he's flexing. And it says the Swoley Bible.
It's not just a power bomb; it's a crucifix bomb.
Is he cut? He has the abs.
He
has the cum gutters.
Yeah.
God. Well, it's like that episode of Sunny where Dennis is like, I want that chiseled Jesus on the cross look. I'm like, oh my God.
He's right though, because why is Jesus so chiseled on the cross?
He's doing
Carpentry.
Well, I
He's
mean-
been doing carpentry for
Well,
all
I
these
mean,
years.
yeah, he's not eating Little Debbie's in 31
Bullshit.
AC,
Bullshit.
all right?
I see today's carpenters, and them motherfuckers are flabbier than shit. Ain't none of them fucking ripped.
Yeah, and they're also slamming 3 monsters and gas station hot dogs before working
they're
10 hours in the
hopped up on
sun.
meth.
Yeah.
But anyways, there's a possibility that could happen. I'm going to doubt that's going to happen. Maybe in like 2050 or something nuts. But there is a possibility. More than likely, it's going to be Egyptian gods or the Japanese like samurai shit.
I was hoping for the Japanese one.
Assassin's Creed is going that weird Japanese route too. So that
I would hope.
And
That's,
so
that's
it's
the only
Silent
reason. I mean,
Hill.
that's the only
Yeah.
reason I would hope that it would go Egyptian instead, because Egyptian gods, they have a lot more gods. They have Anubis and Ra.
it's the same shit as Greek mythology.
Wait, so what is all the Japanese fucking mythology is going to be? Just a bunch of fucking animals, fucking dragons and rabbits and
You got a
shit?
monkey who's in heaven, and you got the frog guy.
Like,
Okay, so hold on.
Can
If
you
he
imagine
ends
all
up fighting
12? Is it
monkey
12?
god,
He's
then-
gonna fight Goku.
Japanese.
okay, it's not. That's not who I meant. But I mean,
But Goku is the
ba-
Japanese
Goku
monkey
is
guy.
based off of that character.
Sun Wukong.
Yeah, Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
I get Kratos versus Sun Wukong.
I mean,
better-
that'd be insane.
it would be pretty great, but I want it to be Sun Wukong actually stomping the shit out of Kratos and being like, I don't give a fuck what you did to those white gods, bitch.
And then he goes to Korea to fight Psy.
From the Gotham style.
Yes.
What the fuck?
You ever see him come out of the stage during one of his concerts where like throw him 20 feet in the air and then he lands and the people go crazy? That's his attack right there.
I mean, he is Korean though, so
That's what I said. I said
Nope.
after he's there, he goes to Korea and
That's Kim Jong Un.
what are we? So
The
we're
original
talking-
God of War
we got off the
So
war
we're
here.
talking about God of War. Weldy, what is so special about God of War?
well, I'm glad you asked. Player controls the protagonist Kratos, a Spartan warrior. The goddess Athena tasks Kratos with killing Ares, the god of war, and Kratos' former mentor, who tricked Kratos into killing his wife and daughter. He embarks also to find the one object capable of stopping the god once and for all, the Pandora's box. This game got 94 on Metacritic, an A+ on OneUp.com, got a 9 out of 10 on Eurogamer, 9.3 on GameSpot, 9.8 out of 10 on IGN.
It's weird because that game was one of the first games I remember specifically that had QuickTime events. It was like QuickTime the game. Like, I gotta lift this gate up. Tap X really fast.
The second one, God of War 2, came out March 13th, 2007. Kratos is betrayed by Zeus, the king of the Olympian gods, who strips him of his godhood and kills him. Slowly dragged to the underworld, he is saved by the Titan Gaia. Is it Gaia?
Yeah.
G-A-I-A?
I thought
I
it's
think they
pronounced
say
Gaia.
Gaia.
Okay.
It's Gaia, because
Okay,
I
'cause
always
one of my-
remember it for Captain Planet as
Oh.
Gaia.
Well, one of my favorite Super Nintendo games is Illusion of Gaia. I always called it Gaia, so like it's Illusion of Gaia. That's one of my favorite SNES games, and I never knew it was pronounced like that.
To my knowledge, it's pronounced Gaia, and that's the way it was pronounced in Captain Planet, so that's the way I've always taken it.
Sounds good. Well, he's saved by Gaia, who instructs him to find the Sisters of Fate as they can allow him to travel back in time, avert his betrayal, and take revenge on Zeus. This one also was absolutely loved by critics. It got 93 on Metacritic, an A on OneUp.com, 9.2 out of 10 on GameSpot, 9.7 on IGN. Chris Roper of IGN said God of War 2 is one of gaming's most intense and engaging experiences available. Moving on, God of War 3 came out 2010, specifically March 16th, 2010. This is the one that I played. I played the remastered one. After his betrayal of Zeus, who he learned was his father, reigniting the Great War, Kratos ascends Mount Olympus until he is abandoned by the Titan Gaia. Guided by Athena's spirit, Kratos battles monsters, gods, and titans in search for Pandora, without whom he cannot open Pandora's box, defeats Zeus, and end the reign of the Olympian gods to have his revenge. This was the last one until 2018, correct? Besides price for the DLCs?
Yes.
Yes.
Then there's PSP versions.
There's 2 PSP games. There's another PS3 game after God of War 3.
Was there? I thought it was a weird like remake.
There's one called
Ascension.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
prequel. The 2 on the PSP, they're prequels to God of War 3, but they kind of slot themselves in between the other games.
They're not mainline, but
They don't really do much to advance the story.
Yeah.
They kind of just fill in lore.
Like one-offs.
I liked them. I mean, if you're looking for that type of game, they're going to give you everything that you want from a God of War game, but they do nothing to really advance any kind of story. Yeah.
So in the timeline for the Greek mythology, the original God of War in 2005, God of War 2 and God of War Betrayal in 2007, God of War Chains of Olympus for the PSP in 2008, God of War 3 and Ghost of Sparta in 2010, the Origins Collection in 2011, God of War Saga in 2012. The next one was God of War Ascension for the PS3 in 2013. Kratos, former servant of God of War Ares, who tricked Kratos into killing his wife and daughter. In response to the tragedy, Kratos renounced Ares, breaking his blood oath to the god.
So the reason Kratos is so pale is because those are his wife and daughter's ashes.
Did not know that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he ended up killing them in like a fucking rage.
He was killing everything.
Yeah, he was killing
Ares
everything
told
in
him
a
just wipe
village.
this
He was
whole place
just
out, but his wife and daughter ended up being there, and yeah, he murdered them. And there was like a old sage or witch or something, and that's what she did. She took their ashes and just bound them to his skin.
yeah. If you watch the original God of War, like the intro or whatever, he's actually very dark skinned. Kratos is practically fucking black.
Yeah.
His voice actor is also black.
Yeah, both of voice
Both of
actors.
them.
Yeah, both of his voice actors are also black.
Zeus, why have you betrayed me?
Those were good.
Zeus!
We're going to focus on those because later on in 2018, God of War for the PS4, which takes place with Norse mythology, along with Ragnarok Valhalla, came out in 2022 and 2023. We can touch on those a little bit, but we kind of want to just stay focused on
The main three.
the original trilogy. The original trilogy. So I told you I've been playing God of War 3 for the past week just to get some kind of review on it.
Yep.
And boy, when I tell you, one of the things I've said before on the podcast was I look for holy shit moments.
Oh, that game, all of them.
Yeah,
Are full
but,
of
I don't,
armor.
yeah, they're
But the
just all
opening,
just,
the opening to the third one, the whole opening is that.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was going to say. Like the opening of God of War 3, where you're fighting Poseidon
Yep.
and you fight him as a giant deity, and then you fight him himself and kick the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That was brutal.
Even the other ones, we fighting Ares and shit, where Ares is this bajillion tall god, and you're just a little tiny dude. You're like, I'm going to kill you. Like, well, you're a little guy, man. Good luck killing this monstrosity.
I mean, everyone in that game gets theirs. In the second one, you literally fight Medusa herself.
Yep.
And
That
when
was
you're
one of the
done,
best
you're
fights.
like, I'm going to take her head.
That's one of the powers.
And it's now a weapon.
Yep.
And you can turn people to stone.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
Yeah,
tight.
there's a lot of brutal stuff in there. There's certain things about God of War that stick out. And I know that in the second one, there is a fight that you get into. And that fight ends with you ripping somebody's head off.
Oh, it's you
But-
ripping off, what is it, Helios's head, I think. It's
When,
like the
as
sun
he's
god.
pulling the head off, I mean, there's been dismemberment in other games. This was the first one that I vividly remember where you watch the skin from his neck
Tear.
Yeah,
stretch
like actually
until it
stretch and tear.
tears as he's physically ripping this person's head off.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. It's great. Whatever. Look, dude, I have a whole celebration of horror every
Yeah.
single October. So to me, I enjoy the brutality
Oh,
in
yeah.
these games. I enjoy them so much because they don't flinch at this is what it looks like when you actually murder somebody when you're physically violent. It reminds me of like Mortal Kombat in a sense.
Oh, yeah.
Like the fight against Hades last night, like one of the quick time events, I just kept having to hit circle to stab him in the throat and then stab him
Yep.
in the heart and then you
Yeah.
stab him in the liver and you pull all of these organs out and then you have to shatter the organs.
Even the Cyclops, you get on top of the gigantic
Oh,
Cyclops.
I haven't.
Pull his eyeball out.
Yeah.
That's going to be a regular enemy, though. That's the kind of thing you do over and over again.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
not,
it is.
That's not just a singular
Yeah.
boss
But
or
still
anything.
brutal.
Yeah, it is. There's at least one that I'm aware of that is a boss fight that has you punching Zeus
Oh,
in the
yeah.
face.
Oh, yeah,
And
they
as you're
do.
mashing the button, the fight stops when you stop pushing the button. But if you don't stop and you just keep mashing,
It just
It just
never
keeps
stops.
going.
I mean,
Yeah,
it does,
never
it
stops.
does not stop. You can take 3 games worth of rage out on Zeus's face for as long as you want and just keep doing it.
Okay, that's tight.
Yeah.
Isn't that the same thing that happens in the newer ones? You like punch him and punch him and punch him, and eventually he flies off the cliff.
Is it Baldur?
Yeah, Baldur.
his
Yeah,
name?
it's Baldur.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then here's a fun fact I'll toss in real quick. If you go into dev mode as you toss Baldur off the cliff, he flips the bird as he's falling down to his
nice.
not death because he can't die. So he's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
So Kyle got me into God of War. That's why we brought Kyle into this. Back in our Taco Bell days, all hail Taco Bell,
Oh, hell the Taco
where
Bell.
most of us met.
Who would have thought that Taco Bell would have literally been
The weird
like
connection.
the nucleus of our friend group?
Yes.
Like,
Also, I should probably point out too, though, that I am not one of Ricky's coworkers that was unshouted out. I never worked with Ricky, so
that is very accurate.
Yeah.
Kyle's never been unshouted
Yeah.
out. It was all the other ones. So fuck you, Scott.
Yep. There we go.
All of Ricky's old coworkers except those two.
Oh, okay, there you go.
There. That's how we fix
I
that.
didn't tell you to admit that.
Scott's still getting the unshot out.
There's
I would
only-
also, and I'm just going to say this, Andy is on that list.
There can only be one, so I'll
There
let
can only
Andy
be
There
and
is
one.
Scott
except
fight
that one.
out.
No,
Yeah.
we're only going to keep it at except that one.
Yeah,
There.
except that one.
It's,
Yeah.
it's Billy.
So that would be even crazier. Oh my gosh. Well, it could have been the one that I slept with. So how do you?
Jesus.
Well,
Was
that
that-
could still be Andy
Or
I was gonna
or
say, was
Scott.
that Scott or-
Good Lord.
I didn't say made out with,
But
but
anywho's, Kyle and I used to work at the Taco Bells. Little side note, fun fact: was it Christmas or something? It was a slow ass day. We both worked at the mall Taco Bell, and we were playing Worms.
Yeah.
Armageddon. I can't remember what Worms game it was.
Yeah, we had like a little 12-inch TV
Yeah, a
with a
little
built-in
CRT.
VCR. It was meant for
that's
training
the, That's
videos.
the training video
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we played the
Loretta,
Dreamcaster.
PS2.
Loretta is
Pissed.
up from
RIP.
hell right now at you
Yeah.
guys.
We had a PS2 in the kitchen, right on one of the
Yes.
tables.
And we paused it between customers so that we would take a turn.
This was on
Pause.
Christmas?
No,
It's
it was
Christmas
Christmas
Eve or
Eve.
something like that.
Okay. That's,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very, very, very slow
Yeah.
mall day. Day after Christmas, maybe.
Okay.
Still
Oh,
enough where we could. It was a
definitely.
turn-based game, and we just brought it in. You take his turn, I take my turn, swap back and forth as we're taking care of customers and taking care of the food. Well, also fun fact: Kyle was not quite 21, so I was one of the that guy who supplied the alcohol to his parties.
Nice.
Just a brief reminder to everybody out there that I was also one of
Yeah.
those people that Andy
Yeah.
had worked with who was
Yeah.
underage, and he supplied alcohol to
Oops.
them as well. Right now, Andy is on a list for supplying underage youths with
Don't-
the alcohol.
Don't get a hold of Jeffrey Epstein. But Kyle got me into the God of War series. So that's why I brought him on for this, because I was like, well, God of War, I connect God of War with Kyle.
I mean, that's great. So, Kyle, is there anything special about God of War that relates to you specifically that you might remember that we haven't gone over already? Or
So I haven't played Ragnarok, which I am primarily a PC gamer, and as of late, Sony's been putting all of their exclusives on PC. Even though Ragnarok is, I think, 2 or 3 years old, it actually only came out on PC last August. So it's been out for about a year, and I just haven't touched it yet. But I've played every other one except there is a mobile game
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there?
from a long time ago.
I knew that there was
which
a-
I never played.
I knew that there was a PSP game.
Played
but-
both of those. I played 1, 2, 3, and Ascension, and then I have played the first of the 2 Norse games.
Okay.
Rick, have you ever played any of them?
I have. I'm positive I played 2 and 3. The one that I remember playing specifically was the one where you like murder like some giant titan and you end up running into 2 broads in a hot tub and you bang the shit out of them.
Pretty much everyone.
Which is essentially
I think there might be one of those scenes in almost all of these.
yeah, I do remember that
So I have to
specific-
keep playing.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like the camera cuts off screen and you just have to keep hitting the O button to
Yeah,
like he's like
orgasm.
and it sounds like he's
My
fighting
God.
something. Yeah. I enjoyed playing the couple that I played. I thought the controls were really simple. I enjoyed the storyline a bit. Realistically, I didn't much care for the newest one that I started playing.
The newest North one you've played?
The first Norse one.
Okay.
I didn't much care for it. I felt like the
Wow.
controls were just really ridiculous.
It is different. It is
I get
different for sure.
Some of that.
Yeah, that
But you're basically Thor. You got this axe.
I didn't
It's not
care
new
for all
anymore.
that shit. I just wanted to jump in and be fucking Kratos. When I played the second and the third ones, the third one was literally just like picking up the fucking second controllers and just going right in with my fucking chains of wrath, going to
It's a
fucking
hack and
town.
slash.
And with
It
the
was,
fucking
yeah.
and with the Norse one, it just didn't hit the same. I was like, God damn it, I gotta learn fucking new controls and shit. Now I gotta learn how to do this and this and this. And it's fine. I'm not upset with the game evolving to what it is. I'm nowhere near upset with
I'm
that.
assuming you never got towards the end.
No, It just wasn't my bag. However, I have watched the entire playthrough of it. It's not like I
You
don't
do get the
know.
Chains of Chaos later.
Yeah, that's like later or whatever. He pulls it out from under his fucking bed or some
Yeah.
shit like that and wraps him back around, which is fine. But again, it just wasn't my bag for playing a God of War game, and I'm
Damn.
not knocking it. I
Should
thought
have put the
it
Chains
was
of
great.
Chaos on the weapons episode.
So I don't know if everybody had this same situation, but being that it was a PlayStation exclusive, again, I'm a PC gamer. I don't know if it was a mix of I just didn't pay attention to it because I don't do PlayStation anymore, or if it was me, maybe subconsciously trying to avoid spoilers. But I actually had no idea that in the Norse games you were still playing as same Kratos. I thought it was I thought it was a reboot of the series because it was different camera angle, different controls. It was a different pantheon. I was like, there's a whole new reboot, and it's cool, and I respect that. On PC, the game didn't come out until like 2022, maybe.
Yeah.
It was literally then me playing through the game
That you realize,
and then
that.
finding out that he admits to being the Ghost Sparta, pulls out his blades of chaos, and I was just
because
I
it was
lost
a cool
it.
ass. It's one of those like a retired cop comes out of retirement.
Yeah.
To like, it's time to do this one more time.
I did
I gotta
enjoy
clean
it.
these
I
streets.
get it. When I was watching the gameplay of it, and I was like, yeah, see, this is the good shit. This is good. I enjoyed watching that. Him basically just go like full fury and just like lose his fucking shit. That was great to see. But for most of that game, I just wasn't there for it.
So when I say that I played the God of War games, I beat every one of them that I've played all the way through. I just haven't touched Ragnarok yet.
Have you 100% trophied them on Steam or whatever? Or
I am weirdly not a big trophy person
okay.
unless I play the game the way I want to and I come out the other end at like 85-90% achievements.
Then you might as well go out.
Sometimes I go grab a couple sort of thing. I've been playing a lot of Helldivers 2 lately, and I've already 100%ed that one a long time ago kind of thing. But
hell yeah.
But yeah, no. So I didn't do that, but I did beat them all after I beat the first 3 God of Wars and I finished the 2 PSP ones, and this would have been before Ascension came out. I remember having a conversation with Andy where I said that I think God of War might be the most solid gaming franchise in the history of gaming. And I know that's wild.
I can see that.
I can understand.
5 games and every one of them's good. And don't get me wrong, like you have, the Legend of Zelda is awesome, right? And like we don't even talk about the Philips CDI games, but not every Legend of Zelda game is, an 8 or 9 out of 10. And sometimes they get 10. Yeah, sometimes they do. And you have Mario's Time Machine, Mario's Missing. You can't even say every Mario game's a hit. There are very few franchises where every single game just hits without a miss.
It's fair. I get that. For the ones that I played, I really enjoyed them. I would give them a 10 out of 10, the old Ricky standard. Look, guys, I'm here for 2 things. Okay. We all know what it is.
Short time and a fun time.
I'm here to give games a 10 out of 10 and to say I'm going to kill myself.
Jesus Christ. Weldy, what would you rank this on a Weldy scale?
Okay, so as somebody who loves beat 'em ups, like I love beat 'em up games, the platforming got weird for me, but when I'm in battle against 18 undead and I'm able to hit, and then dodge backward and bring them all to me, when you play beat 'em ups, the thing you want to do is you want to get to one side of the screen and kind of work your way from left to right, or work backwards. Or in the case of Hyperstone Heist, where I'll start in the middle and they'll come from both sides. It's like you have to be able to move. One thing that I liked with God of War 3 was that you use your right stick to dodge and move. Until I learned to master that, that's when I think the whole game changed for me, because that's when it felt more like a beat 'em up than like a platformer. The platformer gets a little weird because I found myself falling a lot to my death.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not great at platforming.
There's definitely a bunch of swing viney.
Yeah,
shit.
it's like the camera
There's a
angle.
lot of you got to throw your fucking chains of chaos, and then you got to swing, and then
The
you got
Darkwing
to.
Duck kind of Nintendo swing shit.
I don't mind it.
God of War 3 definitely gets up there. I think it gets an E+.
Okay, I thought you were going to say E- or L+.
You know what? I'm going to give it a W- just because the initial fight with Poseidon was one of those holy shit moments. This game is great. Like, other than the actual platforming, and of course there's puzzles, and I'm not very smart.
Puzzles aren't awful. There's a labyrinth one in one of them that was kind of hard, but it wasn't awful. That's probably the hardest it got.
Okay. Out of all of the years of playing video games that I've ever had, I'm thinking anything and everything. Can this break? Am I supposed to bring the enemy this way? Okay, so this is a good example.
Yeah.
When I get to the 3 judges, on the back of the heads of the 3 judges, there are blue glowing rocks. So me as a gamer, I am drawn to that.
Weak point.
Yeah, I try hitting it with the blades. Nothing doing. I tried using my mana. nothing doing. I tried picking up something and throwing it, nothing doing. I tried picking up, nothing doing. I found bull enemies that I lured to that spot. When they went to go charge after me, I would dive out of the way, nothing. So I'm literally trying anything and everything. That's how my mind works when it comes to puzzles, because you don't know what dumb shit's going to trigger it.
Yep.
I literally am going to try anything and everything, and I found myself doing that. Like, if you go back and watch my stream, I can point it out.
Where can they watch it at?
Oh, they can find twitch.tv/weldytime. But you'll see a spot where I was literally drawn to that glowing rock. As a video gamer, that's how they get you to go to things.
Yeah.
They make it glow. You're supposed to be attracted to it.
Like a moth in the light.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but that's a lot of new school video gaming is where they signify a lot of things. A lot of people have gotten into the habit of, well, if it's not denoted for me, then I don't know which way to go, which I'm not complaining about wholeheartedly. Do not misinterpret this as me attacking you people.
The Mirror's Edge red
Yes.
lines.
Because sometimes I need that as well, where I'll go in a separate direction and I'm like, fuck, I need something glowing, or I need something just slightly painted differently, because I am a side quester. So I'll be like, fuck, I'll go off this direction or whatever. Sometimes having that glowing shit is very helpful. However, in the mid 2000s, they were like, fuck you, figure it out. Everything is glowy. Like all the rocks glow, all the vases glow, all the walls glow. Figure it out, champ.
I guess my thing was that was the only thing that was on screen that was glowing. So I'm like, am I supposed to be doing this? And I come to realize that it's probably something I needed to deal with later. But I still spent 20 minutes trying to figure that out for now.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, like, minus the fact that you were streaming, minus that fact.
Yeah.
If you're just gaming just to game, I don't find anything wrong with that. And you spending some time, like, exploring the area, exploring the land, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. Because at a certain point, you're like, okay, well, there's something fucky with this one item right here. If I can't fuck with it right now, maybe this is I can come back to it later and then I can fuck with it again sort of deal.
That's why I can't play RPGs, because if I like, oh, I'll come back and get that later. If I set the game down and go to work and come back the next day, I will forget that happened. I'm one of those people. I will forget that happened.
Maybe you should write it down.
I thought about that, but like, okay, look at all of the games that I speedrun. Like, I can beat the game in 45 minutes and there's no puzzles and it's just straight A to B.
This is also a matter of you spending years and years and years and years and years of you playing that specific game and learning the gaming mechanics of it, like down to the pixel, in order for you to speedrun it. No one plays an RPG the first time going into it thinking that they're going to beat it within 45 minutes. That's foolish.
Well,
but
I have to, because that's how my brain operates.
Like, if I think I'm beating an RPG, I'm literally thinking that I'm about to drop at least somewhere between 150 to 200 hours into it.
The one thing about video games about me, I got 85 hours into Fallout 4 and made zero progress.
Kyle, okay, let's circle back to this then.
Hold on.
Special guest here has somewhere around 200-300 hours into Fallout 4 and still hasn't actually beaten the main storyline.
I played Fallout 4 for 117 hours before I made it to Diamond City.
Oh, okay.
Which is like, I don't know, first 10 missions or something like that in
the
storyline. Like,
realistically, yeah. Same.
No,
I
had
a lot of settlements to rebuild. I had a whole lot of side characters to get. In my second playthrough, Piper wasn't even like the first fucking side character. She wasn't even like the third or fourth side character I got. My second playthrough, 250 hours into that game.
See, my first order of business was getting to Diamond City. From there, I had no other inclination of beating the storyline.
My entire base is built into the Red Rocket gas station at the beginning of the game.
Okay, that's cool.
That's as far as I went with a base.
My base is the original settlement, Sanctuary Hills, and I have, 12 or 15 sets of power armor, complete and non-complete, sitting over there. All of them.
I had a weird collection. There's like fucking 20, 30 of them.
And they're like minus like all the power cores are taken out. Some motherfuckers aren't just walking around with like power armor on and wasting my power cores, because they will absolutely do that. But I think we veered just a tiny bit off track. So, Andy, you said that you have some fun facts for us, so let's hear them.
God of War is inspired by Devil May Cry. Shout out last episode, Devil May Cry was the other game I was thinking of. I said the devil game.
Okay, so this is even funnier than that. Devil May Cry is inspired by Resident Evil, because it started off as what was supposed to be Resident Evil 4.
It's a spin-off of a spin-off.
Devil May Cry was supposed to be like the next Resident Evil 4 game, and they were like, no, we don't want that. So then they scrapped it, but then they took those plans and they made those into Devil May Cry. Right. That is fantastic to hear that Leon lives on as the ghost
Kratos.
He lives on as the ghost of Sparta in a different world and a vampire hunter as well.
Well, Kratos' original concepts, early ideas, had him as an elf or even possibly a blind monk, which I don't know where the fuck they would have gone with that shit.
The blind monk, weird. I think, would have been pretty fucking tight, but it would have been weird because playing as a blind character, unless your character is like constantly stumbling around or there's like only certain cues where you can fight your enemies, that would be the only thing.
It'd be kind of a cool Daredevil game. During the newer God of Wars, they didn't have a name for Atreus yet, which is partially the reason why he's referred to as Boy so much.
Boy.
A recurring character throughout the series, including the newer ones, is the boat captain. In the very first game, you leave him to die and stab his soul later in the game in Hades. In the second game, his soul is summoned during a fight, only for you to stab him yet again. The third one, he leaves a note for Kratos to find. And in the newer games, his boat somehow also ends up in Scandinavia. And in Ascension, the newest of ones, they mention him in an artifact that you can collect.
Crazy. That man really wanted to be there side by side with Kratos.
We talked about this a little bit earlier. The original Kratos is voiced by T.C. Carson, later replaced by Christopher Judge. T.C. Carson does the voice of Mace Windu in most of the video game versions of Star Wars. And Christopher Judge is also known as Teal'c in the Stargate series. Most people know God of War is violent and very sexual. In Europe, copies of the first God of War had a censored area where you are to sacrifice a human at Pandora's temple.
Nice.
In this version, the human is replaced with a skeleton monster instead, as well as some of the dialogue during that. In Japan, you cannot hurt the fleeing citizens. Also, there's no topless ladies in that area either.
Boo! I want to see some 16-bit biddies.
And the game is fully banned in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates.
Well, yeah, man, because you don't get to pull out the bone saw on the journalist in that game. That's why. Now, how is it I'm allowed to say that and you guys don't fucking... I can say that, but I don't get fucking banned, but I can't say anything else. That they bone saw a journalist? I literally just said that they bone sawed a journalist and you guys are like, ha, 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 ha.
I guess I just heard bones all.
Whatever,
I didn't
man.
hear the rest.
Kratos has shown up in other games as well, or at least referred to in other games, including Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds, Little Big Planet, Mod Nation Racers, or as I used to call it, Rod Nation Macers, because I was a drunk idiot, Soul Calibur, Broken Destiny, PlayStation All-Stars, Mortal Kombat, Shovel Knight, Tearaway Unfold, Astro's Playroom. Please download that so you can play that. Well,
He showed up in Shovel Knight?
he's referred to in Shovel Knight at least.
Oh.
Fortnite, Ghost of Tsushima, Destiny 2, and The Simpsons the game.
He also showed up, fun fact, in Twisted Metal 2012.
Oh.
Wow.
So in the ending for Preacher, where Preacher is shown in hell, everybody's kept in a picture in Calypso's office, and they'll pan over. And of course, you have to know some Twisted Metal lore to see the stuff in the background. Like you'll see the two voodoo dolls from Shadow and Twisted Metal Black. You'll see Amanda Watts' helmet from Twisted Metal 2. You'll see the orange box from, I think, Outlaw. But you will also see the chains from Kratos on the wall.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing that. So there is actually a YouTube channel that I follow. It is called Tactical Bacon Productions, where he is like one of the biggest Twisted Metal fans.
I do like Tactical Bacon.
Not just Twisted Metal, but he is also a massive God of War fan as well. So whenever I want to catch up on like some Twisted Metal or God of War lore, I check out his channels. Again, his name is Tactical Bacon Production. You'll know when you get to his channel because the intro of the video is literally just a piece of bacon sizzling in a skillet that says TPB. I know dude has no idea who we are or anything, but I enjoy watching his videos.
Talking about Twisted Metal, Amazon Prime, there might be a new streaming thing about God of War. Also in 2005, there was a mention of a God of War movie that got hella canceled.
Real quick, just out of curiosity, has anybody heard fan castings or rumors for somebody to play Kratos in a movie?
I didn't know who you'd
I've heard them, but like it's been a while. So
I'm of the mindset
Goldberg.
that the guy that actually voices him should just play him.
Absolutely.
That makes sense. But does he look like him?
He's shredded.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he is.
absolutely shredded. But the one that seems to come up the most is Triple H.
Disagree.
That's-
Everybody was
yeah.
saying that about
It's-
him and playing Thor as well.
Literally, the bald head and he has at least halfway the same exact goatee. It just needs to be a little bit longer, but he's got the physique, is what everyone's saying.
Triple H is fucking big ass dude. Kratos is cut, but he's not big. He's the newer Kratos is kind of
6 foot at best.
Say,
but he's more of a slim cut.
The Spartan one was.
Yeah. I'd say
the Norse one isn't.
If anything, a lot of people are probably going to want to fight me on this one. And honestly, I don't care. I'd say if we were choosing any actual action guy at this point, it would have been a Jason Statham or like a,
Terry Crews.
Chris Pratt.
No. Fuck, you guys made me forget the other the other person that I was going to say now. So fuck you guys. Thanks.
You're welcome. Happy times.
Happy time, people. Happy 25th anniversary. The Nokia 3310, the iconic phone known for its superb quality and indestructibility, released September 1st, 2000. Happy 24th anniversary. Adult Swim.
Fuck.
First launched September 2nd, 2001.
I believe it was Space Ghost Coast to Coast is one of the first things they did.
One of the very first ones. Yep. Very good. Happy 30th birthday to Rayman.
Rayman is fucking 30 now.
Rayman is 30 now, yes.
Ugh.
Happy 27th anniversary, The Wild Thornberrys, starring Tim Curry as Nigel Thornberry, premiered this week 27 years ago.
27 years ago, The Wild Thornberrys.
Mm-hmm. Now I can talk to animals.
Who else had a crush on Eliza Thornberry?
I was a Debbie fan.
Yep.
Debbie was goth without being goth. She was.
I'd have taken the mom too, though.
I would have
fair.
Yeah. That geeky girl definitely turned out to be super hot later. Let's just put it that way. And her sister probably ended up with like 4 kids and fat.
Happy 38th anniversary. The original Street Fighter, coin up arcades in 1987 to esports arenas in 2025. Street Fighter has been throwing hands for 38 years.
That hurts to hear even more because I'm like, Street Fighter, 38 years old. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'm 36 now. That actually is right. I hate hearing those numbers.
Happy 25th anniversary, Neversoft's Spider-Man game.
Should have done an episode of that.
Have you played it?
The Neversoft Spider-Man's, yes. I wanted to do so quick background. The superhero episode was supposed to be a Spider-Man episode, and then we just turned it into a superhero episode.
Everybody, yeah.
Sorry,
I think it's just because mostly I wanted to add the X-Men Super Nintendo game.
Those X-Men Super Nintendo games were
and they're
fire.
great.
They were.
Well, okay, maybe we'll circle back around to like doing a Neversoft Spider-Man game. Okay.
Goddamn, those were cool.
Or we could just do Spider-Man in general as an actual episode.
Happy 34th anniversary, Faces of Death 4. Yeah, released special midnight showing in select cities. Later released on VHS around late 91, early 92. The film was originally produced in 85, but it was delayed due to similar concerns that Faces of Death 3 had previously faced with their content, resulting in the previous movies being temporarily discontinued from circulation. Happy 32nd anniversary, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Premiered on August 28th, 1993. I seem to be getting the heavy hitters out this week. I'm so sorry.
That hurts to hear. Thanks, bud. R.I.P. to the actress who played Trini from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I believe she died in 2001 around this same time frame. I think it was like early September.
Celebrity deaths don't really get me, but when the OG Green Ranger died, I had just seen him, like literally had a conversation with him at Comic-Con like 6 months before he killed himself.
Ooh.
And that was the only time a celebrity death felt weird to me because I was like, I just stood there and talked to you. And you were the nicest celebrity out of all the ones I've met at Comic-Con for the decade I've been going. And then 6 months later, you did that. Like, that was rough.
Happy 29th anniversary, Tekken 2.
Nice.
Ew, that's the shit.
There you go.
Unlocked all those characters, man.
I found that one for you.
Fantastic game. I think it's the best in the series, but I'm also an old man. I haven't gone too far into playing a bunch of the other ones.
Now officially getting into retro territory, happy 17th anniversary, Castle Crashers. Yeah, initial release on Xbox Live Arcade 17 years ago this week. Happy 31st anniversary, Earthbound.
Nice.
Happy 30th anniversary, Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Wait a second. Hold on. You said 31st to Earthbound. Have any of you played Mother 3?
Yeah, I did. I played halfway through it, and then again, I got RPG brain and went,
Okay, that's fair. Kyle, I figured
I tried, but it is definitely one of those games where it's really great for the people that played it when it was new.
I would say I dumped probably about 50 plus hours into it. It is definitely one of those early RPGs where it's really fun, but if you've played later RPGs, like Kyle said, it is like, boy, I sure wish that you were a lot more updated, man.
I don't know.
I say that if we got another Mother game and it was a more updated Mother game, I'd probably be willing to give it another go.
I don't know, though. Earthbound had good gameplay. It just, I put it down for a while and just forgot what the hell I was doing. Speaking of games that didn't age well, happy 28th anniversary GoldenEye, released this week, 1997.
That game was good.
Happy 23rd anniversary Super Mario Sunshine, released this week in 2002. You were talking about movies from the early 2000s. Happy 24th anniversary Bubble Boy.
I love Bubble Boy. It's such a fun movie.
It is.
Honestly,
It's a fun movie.
I thought it was a really good movie for Jake Gyllenhaal. It's like one of those Joe Dirt ass movies, you know? One of those kid goes across America and meets a bunch of random weird people, and then at the end they all team up to like have his back. It's really good. We don't get movies like that anymore, and it makes me sad.
Like Sex Drive.
Yo, so I just, after watching Hot Tub Time Machine last night, I added Sex Drive to my list of movies to watch again. I saw that one in theaters when it came out initially.
Oh, yeah?
I saw Sex Drive and there was another one that I added.
Was it Jay and Silent Bob? Because that came out 24 years ago this week as well.
Wow.
Just sneaking that one in there.
That was an Andy movie right there. Andy, you saw that in theaters, didn't you?
Yeah, Kyle and I did actually.
If you get the chance, since you've already seen Sex Drive, if you watch it again and you get the opportunity, watch the director's cut.
Man, it breaks my heart to say this. So I had probably like one of the best DVD collections fucking ever. When I was with my most significant ex that everybody in this room knows about, I sold all of my fucking DVDs and movies, including ones I got from Suncoast because I was a Suncoast member, and Sex Drive was one of them. I have hard regrets about selling all of those, which was like thousands of dollars, and only getting back like maybe $200 or $300 in return. No. My soul yearns for me dying in a fucking Suncoast video store, realistically. That's where I should be dying at.
How many Suncoasts are left?
None.
Oh, none?
No.
There's
none.
no like
There's
stragglers?
probably some weird like Alaska one.
Like Alaska, like the last Blockbuster is in Alaska or some shit. Yeah.
FYE came back, so Suncoast
could. I mean, they
Hey
were of
guys,
the same.
That is
we're
true.
just holding our breath for Radio Shack to come back right now.
Can you point me to the nearest on cue? Happy 30th anniversary. The release of the big comfy couch.
Molly could get it. She's very stretchy. Whatever, man. You guys aren't
Just
going to
clock
shame
dance.
me.
And
You guys aren't going to shame me for the way I feel. Yeah, I got a clown thing. Whatever.
Does anybody have any more before we
BioShock
Thank
released 18 years ago, 2007. The Super Nintendo 34th anniversary, as well as Mario World. Hideo Kojima released this day 62 years ago.
Hell yeah. Hideo Kojima, baby.
GGs.
Congratulations on making it into this fucking miserable existence that we call life. We appreciate you for Metal Gear, and we also appreciate you for Death Stranding.
Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube released 22 years ago.
Fuck
That's the one
yeah,
where you
Link
play as
was in
Link.
that one.
And the PlayStation one had...
It had Hihaji and Nina Williams from Tekken in the GameCube version. Link very clearly has a massive fucking dick bulge.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
GG's
like,
for him.
Link was packing.
So Link's got a master sword is what you're saying.
And the debut of that 70 show premieres 27 years ago. R.A.P. Mitch Hedberg.
Damn.
What if a hippopotamus is just a really, really cool hippopotamus? And finally, happy trails to one of the greatest tribute effigies of all time. An anonymous prankster recently gifted the city of Boston a bit of unsolicited public art. Reported by Boston.com, the now removed street sign installed right next to the iconic Zakim Bridge featured a quote from legendary Boston native Conan O'Brien. He offered a poetic take on the Zakim Bridge, one of Boston's most recognizable landmarks, said, quote, "This bridge looks like a penis that's being held up by a wire." The sign said, followed by an attribution to Conan O'Brien. He made the insightful observation back in May 2020 during the early days of the pandemic when O'Brien was filming remotely and wearing a t-shirt featuring the bridge's silhouette. He pointed out that he has no emotional connection to the bridge since it was opened in 2003 and he left Boston in 85. This is a new bridge, Conan said. Do you want to remind me of my childhood? Make a shirt that shows my father knocking a hot dog out of my hand because Jim Rice dropped a fly ball. The sign briefly stood near the bridge before the state officials swooped in to take it away, celebrating another victory in their ongoing war against fun. Quote, the sign in question is not part of any DOT project. No shit, we all responded in unison. The sign is gone, and its whereabouts remain a mystery, as the identity of the local legend who put it up in first place remains a secret. The sign may be gone, but for one brief, beautiful moment, the horrors of the world faded away and were replaced with a sign about how a bridge looks like a dick. Speaking of things that look like a dick, Andy, where can they find you?
You can find us on, talking about dicks, retro_smashed at X Twitter, where you can find all of Ricky's porno retweets. But you can also find
He's
us
doing the math over here.
Yes.
I don't even retweet porn.
Not recently. It's more political takes.
I try not to retweet the porn. I just try to like it.
We can find Ricky's likes on the pornos. You can also find us at Retro Smash pretty much anywhere else. Facebook, Instagram, Discord. Am I missing some things? Probably find us there. We're at Retro Smashed. Retro Smashed on Patreon. $1 shout out Danny Streetcar again and Zombie Loves Pie. First time signing up. If you don't want to donate the $1, I'll give you a shout out. But if you do donate $1, you're going to get a shout out every episode. Also, you can hear the behind the scenes stuff where we talk about the guy who was the guy on 910 behind the scenes stuff. Send emails to retrosmashed@gmail.com. God, fuck. Ouch. Retrosmashed@gmail.com. Retrosmashed@gmail.com. Send some emails. Say whatever. I just died there, I'm pretty sure, for like half a second.
Are you good, man?
Ricky, where are you at?
You guys can find me at AfroKing89 on Twitter. You can probably find me at RickyMJ89 on Blue Sky. You can find our old video reviews. It's the Afro King on YouTube. I guess we can also say happy trails. This is also the 24th anniversary to the Twin Towers falling down. What the fuck ever, man? Are we not allowed to say that?
No, I agreed.
Okay. It's been 24 years since where were you when the towers were falling?
Send an email or sign up for a Patreon, and also you can get our
bracket. Yes.
Our bracket
until October 1st.
Yes, you have until October 1st. So this podcast, I think,
might be around there.
This podcast is the last opportunity that you have to sign up for it. We've all signed it. As a matter of fact, we're going to get our latest guest, Kyle, to sign it as well, because why the fuck not? But outside of that, Kyle, are you on the old social medias? Can they find you for any of your shitty political takes or anything else? Let us know.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope. I have a Twitter. I don't use it. I have a Discord that I use every
Sparingly.
day, but that's mostly for gaming.
You should join our Discord.
He is in our Discord.
I know. I'm
Yes.
just saying.
I have a Facebook I don't really use. I've never touched Blue Sky.
Fair.
Yeah,
Weldy.
You can find me at twitch.tv/weldytime. You can find me at youtube.com/@weldytime. I'm putting all my old runs up there. I'm staying away a little bit from the YouTube shorts, and I'm putting more meaty material on there. Yeah.
Very nice.
More meaty material.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Show me the meat.
I'll show you
where's
the meat.
the meat? The 1980s. Where's the meat
Where's
campaign?
the beef?
Where's the beef campaign?
Where's the
Squeeze
beef?
the Sherman.
Oh, speaking of squeezing Charmin, that's all the time for this shit show. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us. For Andy and Ricky, I am Weldy Time saying good night, Canada.
Guys, I promise you, this is the one episode. This is me signing off. This is the one episode you actually do want to sign up for the Patreon special for. Of all the episodes,
Are you
this is
sure?
the one. This is the one. This
Are
is
you
me.
sure?
I'm signing off. This is me literally saying, Andy, cut the podcast right here.
This is how we get canceled.
Nah, the Patreon could have went harder. It could have been.
What kind of Smash Brothers ass is fighting Buddha?
Yeah.
Is there other gods you can fight at?
The whole game is gone.
Well, I saw